Hey friends, I'm here to talk to you for a little while today about the Holy Communion. Holy Communion? What's that? The Holy Communion is a worship service, friends. You have bread that represents the Lord's body. You have wine that represents the Lord's blood. And you remember the Lord. It's a service that can be called a few different things depending on what your church or your mom or dad like to call it. Sometimes the Holy Communion is called the Eucharist. Woo, big word alert. The Eucharist means thanksgiving. Yeah. It's where we celebrate the fact that Jesus triumphed over death. Yeah. Jesus didn't stay dead when he died. Jesus rose from the dead. And we celebrate that because that means we get to participate and live victoriously too. Yeah. Sometimes the Holy Communion is called the Lord's Supper. For that Lord's Supper, you remember the Lord. Sometimes the Lord's Supper can be kind of sad because we remember the fact that Jesus died for us. Yeah. And sometimes it's sad because we think about how we didn't deserve for Jesus to do that for us. We're really unworthy. And we ask forgiveness during that time. Sometimes it's just called the communion. It comes from a word which means participating, sharing, fellowship. Yeah. So it's where we come together as a community and enjoy this meal. It's not always a meal. Sometimes it looks like this. Ours comes in a little cup. Sometimes you might have saltine crackers and juice. Sometimes you might have a loaf of bread that you pick from and wine. It can be different. The Lord's Supper, the Holy Communion, the Eucharist, it can be anything. And you know what else, friends? You can partake in the Holy Communion, the Eucharist, the Lord's Supper, anywhere. Anytime you do it, though, just remember what it is that Jesus did for you. Jesus died for our sins. Not only that, but Jesus rose from the grave so that we have the opportunity to ask forgiveness for sins and live forever with Jesus in heaven. So the Holy Communion is a worship service. But you don't have to just have worship service at church, friends. You can worship God anywhere. And you can have the Holy Communion anywhere. Okay, friends? So you can use Cheez-Its and juice. You can use saltine crackers and water. You can use a loaf of bread and water. Whatever you have. Cheerios and milk. Whatever you have, you can use that as a worship service and a way to thank God. Thank Jesus for his sacrifice that he made for us. And to be thankful that we have an opportunity to be together, even when we can't see each other. Got it, friends? Okay. Talk to you soon, friends.